Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another great edition of my Grue Rume show. And for the Grue Rume show today, we got a very special guest, and he stars in this movie called 1-800 Hot Nite. And I'm talking about this amazing young actor, Dallas Young. You may know him from the hit series Cobra Kai, and I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters, as you could tell, and I am the host of the Grue Rume. And my interview with Dallas Young will be coming up very soon. This is my Grue Rume, and welcome to my nightmare. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thanks so much for taking time out of your night, buddy, and coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Excited to talk to you.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. So, like, early on, like you did like a lot of television shows and shorts and stuff. Two shows I seen you've done that are two shows that I love watching. I is the Fosters and Shameless. And who were the ones you acted with for the show? Like, who were the ones you shared scenes with for both shows?
Yeah, so ooh, you're taking me back now. You're taking me back to it. So I remember sharing the screen. I remember sharing the screen with Maya Mitchell for the Fosters. And I remember back in the day, and I did share with a lot of other people from that cast. It was such an amazing experience. But I remember that was the most memorable for me back then because I was a huge Teen Beach movie fan. So
Yeah.
having the opportunity to work with her and speak with her, even outside of set, it was a dream come true for me. So whenever I got the chance to talk and be in a scene with her, I almost cried. I was like, "This is unbelievable! This is unbelievable!" But and then for Shameless, I didn't have a big role in that, so I only had the chance to speak with one person, and his name is Christian Isaiah, who's still on the show to this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is
Mhm.
like we've been going, we've been friends for about 5-6 years now because of that show, and now we go to the same school and everything. So
Yeah, really.
yeah, we know each other very well.
Oh, wow, that's really awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm a big wrestling fan besides a horror fan too. And when you were on Paul White's show, the big show, like
Yeah.
did did Paul give you any wrestling lessons?
Unfortunately, no wrestling lessons that day. I should have asked though. He would have given it to me, but I'll tell you one thing. He looks so intimidating from afar, but whenever you get to him close, he's like a big teddy bear. Honestly, he's
Yeah.
such a nice guy. One of the most genuine people you could ever meet, and he's extremely tall. But what a great experience I had on that show. Something I won't forget.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that must be something to see, like when you first walk on the set and you see this big giant man
Yeah,
that was in WWE and he's like staring down at you.
yeah. It's so intimidating at first, but he eased my mind a little bit.
There you go. Okay. And you've also done like voiceover work too. Like how was it like doing voice work? Like I know it's different than being in films and being in television shows. And like is it hard to go through everything to make sure the voice
Mhm.
matches up to what they're doing?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult and it kind of isn't at the same time. I'll tell you one thing. It's easier with voiceover because of the fact that you get to go in, you don't have to do your hair, you don't have to do any of that. You just go in and speak. Honestly, so that's easier. But it's also difficult at the same time because as you mentioned, we have to match our voice to what they're looking for. So it takes
Mhm.
a lot of takes to try to get that right voice. But it's actually fun. I really enjoyed my voiceover experience on the shows that I did. And it's completely different aspect of my craft besides of course theatrical work. So it's something completely different, but I really enjoyed my time.
Oh, sweet, man.
Mhm.
And I was reading online about like when you were on set for Ready Player One, you actually got a chance to meet Steve
Yeah,
and speak to him. And
yeah.
so how was that like to meet this like huge name.
Mhm. Yeah, so here's the thing. So I just got into the business not too long before doing that project. And whenever I got the opportunity to audition for it, I saw the word, the name Steven Spielberg, and I was really elated just by that. So I didn't really know a lot about him. I just knew that he was one of the biggest at that time because I was like, I'm just starting actor. I don't really know the crap like this, but let's see what happens. Then I got the chance to meet him and I did my research and everything before working on the film. And then once I met him, I was just, starstruck, absolutely starstruck. And he was such a great guy. I mean, he gave me great tips and just to tell me to keep working hard, keep going for what I love. And I got the chance to take a picture with him as a little 10-year-old. And I can't believe it.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Nice. And there's a film out now, and you're playing the lead. And how did you get to be part of this film? 1-800 Hot Night.
Yep. So I remember I got the audition from my agency and I was pretty excited about it. I think my biggest concern was the name. It was kind of weird whenever I first saw it. I was like, why is it called 100 Hot Night? I don't feel comfortable with this already. I haven't even looked at the script. So I didn't feel comfortable at first, but I decided to really do my research. And then I looked up the directors and all the actors that were casted already in the project. And I was like, okay, this seems really interesting, really fascinating. And then I read the script and I really fell in love with Tommy and his character development throughout the movie. So I just decided to, do the audition, and I got the call back. Then moved on to the chemistry read. Got to work with Garrison Machado and Marlon Bradford, and then we all got casted together that day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. Yep.
And was this like the first time you ever played a lead role?
Yeah. That was my first lead role in a movie. Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
crazy, crazy, exciting experience.
oh wow, that's awesome. Nice. And for anyone who don't know about the film or seen it, can you tell us a little bit about what the film is and about who Tommy is?
Yeah, so the film is about three kids who kind of go on this urban odyssey and venture because Tommy's dad, he loses him to a drug raid, so he decides to like escape his own reality from he was going to go to foster care and he decides to run away and so many things happen and it's honestly like these kids go from being boys to men in a
Yeah.
span of 24 hours. They go through a whole dramatic journey of life and then you see different steps of his character development throughout the whole entire process. And then Tommy is a kid who is a really loving guy. He's kind of a smart A. I'm not gonna say the word, but smart A at times. But he's really lovable, and you know, he just wants to be with his friends at all times. I mean, even with all this dramatic struggle that he's going through, he's trying to look at the positive throughout even every single tough situation. And you're gonna see him because he grows a lot. He grows a lot as a little boy to a man in the span
Yeah.
of 24 hours.
Yeah. And like, how do you get into a mind frame like to play someone, a teenager who lost his father and mom, and you're basically going at it without parents, and the only ones you have around you are your friends, and your friends basically become family because you lost
Yeah.
your mom and dad. So how do you get into like a mind frame to play a role like that?
Yeah, I think just having conversations with the director because he is it's an autobiographical film, so he understands the Tommy character more than anybody. So just having multiple conversations with him and just trying to figure out what's his mind frame and what he's
Mhm.
going through, and also just to put myself into his shoes. I mean, all the conversations were really enlightening to me, and it helped me figure out who Tommy was, and also helped me with analysis and figure out why his actions are his actions and why he thinks the way he thinks.
Yeah, sweet, sweet. And I actually interviewed Garrison, and he was awesome. And like how was like sharing scenes with both Garrison and Mylan.
Yeah. Those guys, man, I love them so much, man. The experience for us was incredible, and they're so talented. And we also like really became really good friends throughout that entire process. So um all of the scenes were kind of improvised whenever it was the three of us, and we tried to just have the most fun with it. And considering our conditions, it was late at night, 10
Yeah.
o'clock, 11 o'clock every single day. And, we're just having fun and having a good time and enjoying ourselves. So I really appreciate them because they made my experience 30 times better than I even could possibly imagine.
Nice.
Mhm.
And which scene did you like filming the most?
I love filming the steak burger scene. I thought the steak burger scene was my favorite one easily because what people don't know, we were really messing with each other throughout that time. Seeing Mylan eat all of those burgers. And then I remember this was like, what was this, 2 years ago, something around there. I was messing with Mylan. There was this ketchup bottle, fake with ketchup, and it had like water in it.
Oh
And
my
just to
God.
make his experience 10 times worse, I poured some of the water on his burger and he was so disappointed in me. And it was the best thing. I hope it's in bloopers. I hope they get to show it sometime. But we were just messing with him, and that was like the most fun we had on the show.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
And what would you guys do like to kill time between takes?
hmm Yeah, to kill time between takes. Usually we talk about girls, talking
There you go.
I remember, we just had like real deep conversations. And then we also talked about like character development, honestly, like
Okay.
about the next scene. And, we were being professional all times. And, we just tried to stay focused and also could have laughter at times too. So we just talked about the next scene and then talk about our lives just to, keep us in the moment.
Okay, there you go. And I always ask guess this like I mean the scene you were telling me with the ketchup and the burger that was
Yeah.
funny. Was there any like funny or cool behind the scenes stories that stood out to you the most, or was that like the
So
funniest one?
that was definitely my favorite, but there's another one that happened. I remember whenever we were having our scenes with the girls. So a
Mhm.
few hours before that, we were rehearsing and everything, but they gave us time, like rest and relaxation time.
Yeah.
And we decided to get the twister board out and just have an amazing time trying to play twister all together. And just think about like 8 different people on the twister board and having this. Yeah, and there are many videos about this, so we're gonna have to post it on our TikTok page. But that was also a really fun time because that's when we really grew connections with the girls as well. So
Okay.
it's great just to have lifelong friends.
Definitely, yeah. Hey, if you're on that Twister game with seven others,
Yeah,
and you become friends because you're all twisted up and facing each other.
exactly. Yep, that's what happened. Mhm.
And are you a fan of like video games at all, or comic books, or
I am a fan of video games, but the only thing is I only play sports video games, if I'm being completely honest.
what kind of games you playing?
Yeah, so I play MLB The Show 22, I play NBA 2K 23, and I
Nice.
play Madden 23. But then I also sometimes play GTA every now and again.
Oh
Not
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not as often as I used to, but I still play
Sweet.
it.
And I'm guessing you're a big sports fan. Like you love watching sports. And who are some of your teams? Like some of your teams you love?
Yeah, so I love the New York Giants. Even though we
Okay.
haven't been good for the past years, this is our first really great year. We're 7-2 at the moment, so I'm hyped about that. And then I love the Atlanta Braves. I'm a huge fan. And
Nice.
then we just won the World Series last year, so that was a
Yep.
great experience. But yeah, those are my favorite teams.
I live in Philadelphia, so I guess you know who my teams are, right?
Mm, our rivals, the Phillies, the Phillies and the Eagles. Look at that.
I know, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Also, congratulations on making it to the World Series. Even though y'all didn't win it, that was still
Yeah, they didn't win. Oh, Philly was going crazy because like the Phillies weren't supposed to get there. Like
Right.
they
Really weren't.
they weren't supposed to get there.
Mm-mm.
And when they made it to the playoffs, oh my God, you should saw the streets of Philadelphia. Everyone was like screaming, climbing up poles, and
So I saw the videos of that. The only issue, the only problem that y'all had was the fact that y'all were screaming, "We want Houston," and then
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was the only issue. Y'all could have climbed the poles, everything, but y'all were chanting, "We want Houston," and look what happened.
I know exactly, right?
Yeah, so now people will remember that.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of ruined it for themselves. they
Yeah,
they were they were
it
looking
did.
forward, but they didn't put the effort in.
Exactly. That's right. Yep.
And as you see, I'm a big horror fan. And is there any horror movies that you like to watch?
Yeah, so I'm starting to get back into horror a little bit more. I remember the latest horror movie that I saw was The Black Phone. That was a pretty nice movie.
Yes.
But I like Chucky, if I'm being honest. I do. I like Chucky. I haven't seen one of their movies in some years now, but I
Mhm.
watched all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, watched all of them.
Did you see any of the television series yet?
I've watched about 3 episodes, but the problem was they would come up on my YouTube page every
Uh-huh.
now and again, and they would be like free subscriptions, and I just go and watch it. But because that didn't happen anymore and they took it off of YouTube, I wasn't able to watch it anymore.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
only did 3 episodes, but that's it.
Yeah, the television series is actually pretty good. It's not bad. Like I like the films more, but like the television series is fun.
Good, good, yeah. I liked it, and the good thing is like I have some friends on on that show too.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, yeah. Zachary Arthur, we go
Yeah.
back. I mean, I remember we used to live at the same apartment complex when we were 11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now we both on TV shows, and life has just been great for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
And did you dress up this year for Halloween? Like, did you go as anybody?
Yeah, I was it was pretty basic, but I was Dracula. Just
Okay. Hey,
custom
that's cool.
vampire costume, so that was cool.
And I was reading online. You're a big fan of buying buying sneakers. Like, so what's like the newest one out that you want to get?
Yeah, so I actually just got these shoes. They're Jordan low toe dunks. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they're called. They're like red,
Okay.
white, and black. And they're real cool. I love wearing them to school. And then there's also this one. I have no idea what it's called. No idea what it's called. But it's like this beige color with a red swoosh, and then you have on the tongue, it's like a picture of the city of Los Angeles. So it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, on just on the tongue part, and I'm like, oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
yeah, but it's like faded, it's kind of faded, but it's real cool shoe, real cool shoe.
Oh, wow. Sweet. Nice. And what kind of music do you like? Like, what's on your playlist?
Yeah, so I'm really into rap, but I also like R&B. So I love listening to Drake, and then I'm also right now, which is on repeat right now. It's Tory Lane's new song, "The Color Violet."
Yeah.
I absolutely love that song. I'm just into that song. I'm starting to know all of the words. So yeah, I love that song. And then I also love Every Chance That I Get by
Mhm.
Lil Baby, DJ Khaled, and some of those guys.
Sweet. So, like, if your friends were coming up to you and saying, "I want you to sing a karaoke song," what would be your song that you would sing?
So, ooh, like I said, I like the color violet, but there's also this song, "We Ready" by Archie Eversole.
Yes.
I know all the words to that song. I literally, that's my alarm song actually to wake up in the morning. I just hear that whenever I wake up. So yeah,
Nice.
definitely know all the words to that.
It's funny you're talking about alarm songs during Halloween month. My alarm song was actually a theme song for Halloween, and
Really?
and I forgot to shut it off, and for some reason my alarm went off and I was out shopping somewhere, and
Oh
this poor lady in front of me jumped because all of a sudden, real loud, you hear the Michael Myers like theme song playing.
my gosh, yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And you know, the fans of the show would kill me if I didn't ask at least one question for a TV series that might be really big with the fans.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Um, you actually train martial arts even before the show, right?
Yep.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
And everyone saw the show like as soon as it dropped, the millions of people watch it, the number one show, and everyone sees how it ended, and your character goes back to like the good side again.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see for him for next season?
Yeah. Next season, I'm interested to see if he really gets that relationship back with Robbie together. I hope they eventually come together. And then also it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen with the tumultuous relationship between Anthony LaRusso and Kenny. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with their fighting. And so we'll see. We'll see. But I have no idea what's going on at the moment, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely. And you're actually friends with him, right? The
Good.
Griffin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real good friends with them, really good friends.
Nice. And I know we're coming up on our time, so is there anything coming up next for you that you would like to plug? Or
Unfortunately, nothing at the moment. Honestly, just focusing on trying to get auditions again and promoting 1-800 Hot Nite. So I think you should all definitely go watch that. It's such a great movie, really relatable, and I think you're gonna enjoy it.
awesome, buddy. And I mean, I know you got a ton of fans, but where could fans follow you at?
Yeah, go follow me on Dallas Dupree Young at Instagram.
Sweet. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time. It was actually good meeting you. Like it was fun. It was fun talking to you.
Great talking to you too. I really appreciate your time.
Definitely, buddy. Have a great night and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Have a good one. All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.